Yeah, just do me a favor. Just type that into the chat for me. Just type awareness, 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 awareness. Yeah, as in you have to be aware of who you are. Yeah, you have to be aware of who you are, of who you've become, of what you've gone through and where you're trying to go. You have to be aware. Yeah, yeah. When you look into the mirror, you got to be aware. Not only do you have to be aware, you got to be honest. I tell people all the time, the worst person to lie to is yourself. Yep, awareness, awareness, awareness. So check this out, guys. Before we jump in, do me this favor. It's extremely important to set the mood, to set the tone. So watch this. We got today, tomorrow, and then 2025. Yeah, I'll say it again. I know sometimes it's hard to conceptualize this thing in our brain. We have today, tomorrow, and then the next day is what? 2025. It's not like, oh man, I ain't ready for the new year. Let me pause. Nope, it's coming. Yeah, so watch this. What I want you to do is take a second and think to yourself, what year of your life was your best year? Yeah, I know we got a wide age range right here. Somebody might say like the 40s or the 50s. Somebody might say the 2000s. What year was your best year? Do you even know? I really think to yourself, I was born in 95. I didn't really hit my prime until I was about like 2021. But what year was your best year? You can drop it in the chat. You don't have to. But some of us, we're sitting here thinking like, shoot, what year was my best year? Shoot, I don't even know. And see, this is the part that gets me excited because as you think about what year was your best year, the second thing I want you to think about is why. Because usually what happens is it's our best year I got married, right? It's my best year my kid was born. It's my best year I made the most money. But even in the midst of achieving those things, the revelation is there was still some tragedies, right? The revelation is there was still some stuff we had to overcome. The revelation is there was still some valleys, just like there were some mountains, right? So when we look at our best year, what I want us to do is think about the best year, think about everything that happened during that year. So now what I want us to do is I want us to repeat after me. Now say this, 2025 will be my best year. Yeah, come on, out your own mouth. Just claim it. 2025 will be my best year. Yeah, I tricked you. This is why I asked you what year was your best year. Because at least now we got something to measure it to. Yeah, yeah. If 2014 was your best year, 2025 is going to beat it. If 2006 was your best year, 2025 is going to beat it. Yeah, 2025 will be my best year. Yeah, claim it out your own mouth. Yeah, if I say it'll be my best year, that don't necessarily mean it's going to be your best year. But I know for a fact, Trayvon's going to get it. Come on, claim it, claim it, claim it. So watch this. Watch this. The second thing I need you to say, right? If it is going to be our best year, I need you to become the best version of yourself. Just say that to yourself. I need all I statements, all 2025. I don't need to hear about your kids. I don't need to hear about your spouse. I don't need to hear about your boss. I know it was their fault. All I statements. If 2025 is going to be my year, I need to become the best version of myself. I do. Yep, I need to become the best version of myself. Yeah, guys, every time I go for this morning walk, it be dark. So I told me all I can see is my eyes. So I was like, yeah, I got to start coming where there's light at. So you guys know I'm really here. Yeah, I know, I know. Listen, guys, dark jokes don't affect me no more. I grew up with them. But yeah. Just have this thought to yourself. If it is going to be our year, we can't just say it's going to be our year, right? It's not just lip service. If it is going to be our year, that means we have to become a new version of ourselves. We actually have to become the best version of ourselves, which means if you're not feeding the best version of me, if you're talking down and telling me I can't do something, you're not the type of person I need to be around in 2025. In 2025, I got to get around people that's going to support me. I got to get around Change University a little bit more. I got to push myself. These monthly meetups we're doing in 2025, I better see you there. This is our year, and we got to act like it. So who do we need to become? Yeah, so watch this, guys. While we're on this path of personal discovery, right? While we're on this path of awareness, of self-assessing, the next question I have for you guys, and some of us have been thinking about this, some of us haven't, but this is the one I actually need you to answer in the chat. Before 2025 gets here, we need to figure this out. And the question is, what area do I need to grow in the most? Yeah, go ahead. Jump in the chat. Come on, we are here. This is our chance to be vulnerable. It's our chance. Once we identify where we need to grow and we know what the next step is. What area do you need to grow in the most? And you can use the 5 that I've already provided, right? The faith, fitness, finance. You can use them, but if you have something else, go ahead and drop that something else. What area do you need to grow in? In other words, what area can you not afford to stay the same in? Yep. Now, come on. I see it in the chat. I see it in the chat. Yeah, I need to grow financially. I was just talking to one of my friends. You know, I do this with my friends too. I do these one-on-ones. And I said to one of my friends, I'm like, man, what's the goal for 2025? And he said, my goal is to get one of my secondary businesses to start profiting 1 million. I said, well, dang, I love it. I'm like, not make 1 million, profit 1 million. And then in the same breath, I asked some of my other friends, yo, what you trying to accomplish 2025? It's like, shoot, I don't even know. And I started to realize that's the difference. One person says, I'm trying to accomplish my secondary business, which means their primary business is already making that. So my secondary business, I'm trying to get to profit 1 million. And somebody else says, I don't know. Who do you think is going to be successful? And I say that because we're not judging them. What is coming out your mouth? Because if you say, I don't know what my goal is for 2025, I don't know what area I need to improve in 2025, what you think is going to happen? So yeah, I see it financially. Yeah, I need to lock down and focus financially. Yep, I need to lock down and focus in my fitness. Yep, I need to lock down and focus in my faith. Yep, that's how I'm going to become the best version of me. I'm going to up my faith and everything else will up. I'm going to up my commitment to my fitness and everything else will go up. If I up it, come on, how you do everything is how you. Come on. We've been through this. We've been through this. So watch this, guys. Watch this. The law of awareness. The law of awareness. Let's jump in for the day. All that stuff was the prerequisite. Let's jump in for the day. The law of awareness. You need to write this down, guys. It says you must know yourself to grow yourself. Yep. 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 Somebody just caught that. The law of awareness. You must know yourself in order to grow yourself. Yeah, I'll say it again. The law of awareness. I'm gonna drop it in the chat for us. Yeah, I'm gonna drop it in the chat because I know we send these emails afterwards. Some people don't check their emails. We post it on Patreon. Some people ain't on Patreon. For some of us, all we got is right now. So I got to make sure we get this 30 minutes. Some of us, we've been doing the extra work. But some of us, all we got is right now. You have the law of awareness. You must know yourself in order to grow yourself. Watch this. Watch this. What does it mean to know yourself? And somebody's like, oh, I know myself. In order to know yourself, here goes some things that you should probably know. You should probably know your strengths and your weaknesses. You should probably know your interests and your opportunities. You should probably know where you're headed and where you've been. You should probably know some of the things that you've experienced and overcame. You should probably know what you're trying to accomplish in your life. Like when we talk about knowing yourself, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite music? What do you like to do that puts a smile on your face? If there wasn't nobody else in the world, what would you be doing? Do you know yourself? Do you even know what your favorite color is? What your favorite movie is? Do you know yourself? Because in order to grow yourself, guess what you must do? Yep, so watch this, guys. Watch this. Because to gain momentum, you must know where you're trying to go and where you currently are. Otherwise, you'll get lost. Yeah. That's why. Come on. Yeah, I'm getting excited, guys. I'm getting excited. We're gonna move this needle today. In order to grow, come on, to gain momentum, write this down. To gain momentum, you must know where you're trying to go. Yeah, so in 2025, in other words, what are you trying to accomplish? And then guess what the second thing is? And where you currently are. Yeah, that's why I said this we can't lie to ourselves in this. Right, when we're self-assessing, when we're becoming more aware of our situation and our circumstance, we can't lie to ourselves with this. We can't be like, man, I'm close to being a millionaire and we in debt. We can't say, man, I'm the best Christian ever. We never go to church. We can't say, my family's cool. I'm not worried about that. And your family's falling apart. We can't lie to ourselves. So when we catch this, to gain momentum, that's what we're trying to do, right? Small wins gain momentum, and we don't get a big reward. What happens is we get a bunch of small rewards and they equal something big. Right? Remember, perspective, change your momentum. Don't wait for the $1 million. You get $100,000 10 times. Guess what happens? Well, you get $1,000 100 times. Guess what happens? The small victories build momentum. Yeah. So what? Watch this, guys, because this is what I've come to learn. When it comes to having direction, there are three types of people. Yeah, I'll say it again. When it comes to finding direction, there are three types of people. And I want you guys to write this down. I need you guys to identify which category you fall in. But the studies have shown that there are three types of people. So watch this. The number one, if I say the number first people, number one, people who don't know what they would like to do. Yeah, people that you just don't know. There's nothing wrong with not knowing, but you just don't know what you would like to do. These people are often confused. They lack a strong sense of purpose. They don't possess a sense of direction for their lives. If they are growing, they're unfocused about it. They dabble. It was accidental. Yeah, they drift. They can't reach their potential because they have no idea what to shoot for. This is why we see people jump from one thing to one thing to one thing. You have the second type of person is people who know what they would like to do, but they don't do it. Somebody was just like, shoot, he's talking about me. Yeah, you know what you want to do, but for some reason, for the life of me, I can't figure out why you ain't doing it. These people are usually frustrated. Every day they experience the gap between where they are and where they want to be. Sometimes they aren't doing what they want because they worry that it will cause them to neglect other responsibilities, such as providing for their families. Yep, you can't chase your goals because you got to work because you got to provide. I get it. Sometimes they're not willing to pay the price to learn, to grow, to move closer to where they want to be. And other times, fear prevents them from changing course. Yep. And then the third type of person, guys, the last type of person is people who know what they would like to do and they do it. Yep. Just like Nike. They know what they want to do and they go ahead and do it. The third kind of people know themselves. They possess a strong sense of passion. They're focused in their purpose. They grow in areas that help them move closer to their purpose and do what they're created to do. The word for these type of people is fulfilled. So the three types of people that have the direction comes in three types of ways. There's really three kinds of people when it comes to having direction. People that are confused, they don't know what they would like to do. People that are frustrated, they know, but they just don't do it. And then people that are fulfilled, they know and they do it. So watch this, guys, because when we once we identify the three types of people, that's just step one. Right. The next step for this, in this law of awareness, when we start becoming more aware, when we look ourselves in the mirror and say, I have or I have not because of my own self, with the next step to this is to find your passion and your purpose. Right, because what I don't want to do is I don't want us to enter 2025 with the same mindset. I don't want us to enter 2025 thinking the same way. I don't want us to enter 2025 thinking that what I'm doing is going to work if I just keep doing it. Right? Believe it or not, I've shared this with you guys before, but we are ATMs. You might need to say that to yourself again. You literally have the power to produce and to create money. What happens is most of us want more money and we begin to work harder. We pick up more hours. We pick up a second or third shift job. What if I told you everything you needed to be successful, everything you need to make money is already inside of you? We are producers. How do I know that? One of the first commandments God gave us was to produce and multiply. Yeah, he didn't say go get a job. He didn't say go see who's hiring. He said produce and multiply. I give you dominion over all this stuff. Produce. And I'm just a child of God. I'm willing to do what God says. So what I've learned is some of us can't produce because we still, all these years later, we still don't know what our passion is. We still don't know what we're passionate about. We still don't know what our purpose is. Yeah, it's hard to produce if you don't know what your passion and your purpose is. So watch this. I have 10 things, guys, 10 things that's going to outline how to find our purpose and how to find our passion and how to find our purpose. And what I'm gonna do is, guys, this is part of our problem, right? I can't hold your hand to success. My job is to guide and to coach. I give you guys all the tools that are necessary. I want to see you guys flourish. So this is what I do offer though. If you feel like these calls you need a little bit more, I encourage you to go up another tier. The thing I love about these tiers is they're just for a month. So if you go up another tier for a month and you don't like it, you can always come back. But what I don't want is you, out of a fear of funds, right? Out of a fear of, I don't know if this is going to work, you stay at the same level and all you get are these 30-minute calls. Believe it or not, at your tier right now, you actually get more than these 30-minute calls. You get the replays, you get the notes, you get the community, like you get a lot. I need us to start using everything we get. Like until you exhaust all your opportunities, don't tell me that you was trying. So watch this, guys, because the way this is going to work due to time, I knew he was going to run out of time because this was heavy. But due to time, I'm going to give the 10 principles. On top of the 10 principles, when I send the email out or post on Patreon with the information, I will explain each single one. Yeah, if I go into detail and explain each single principle, we're gonna run out of time for sure, for sure. Right? It's already 6:53. Yeah, I know. So watch this, guys. Watch this. How to find your passion and your purpose. 10 simple things to ask yourself. Number one, do you like what you're doing now? Yeah, if the answer is no, we got some work to do. If the answer is yes, okay, cool. Yep. Do you like what you're doing now? Number two, what would you like to do? Like before anybody told you what you should do with your life, before you just fell into a job that you knew you could get, what would you like to do? Do you even know? You're working with kids and you really want to work with adults. How you're driving? My brother was like, bro, you like driving CDLs? He's like, no, but it pays the bills. I'm like, oh, we gotta find your passion. Like we're done just doing stuff that pays the bills. We're done just doing stuff that just get us by. We have more required for our life. Like that they just said confused and frustrated. Like I'm trying to get us to fulfillment when we're actually walking and living in our purpose. When blessings just run into us because we're doing what God tasked us to do. So what would you like to do? Number three, can you do what you would like to do right now? I know I know some of us are creative. We got artists in here. We got musicians in here. And the craziest thing is, it's our passion, it's our purpose, and we won't pursue it because there ain't a paycheck. Can you do what you like? I tell people all the time, give your gift away for free. The money's always the last thing to catch up. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why. Money always comes last. That's why I was like, don't focus on the money. Focus on everything else. Yeah, number 4. Do you know why you want to do what you would like to do? When we're talking about passion and purpose. Some of us are like, man, I want to do that because we've seen somebody else do it. And it's like, would you even enjoy doing that? Do you even know why your brain is telling you want to do that? Or are you just saying you want to do that because somebody else looks like they're enjoying doing it, not realizing somebody else is in their passion and their purpose? Yep, number 5. Do you know what to do so you can do what you want to do? Yeah, I know that sounds crazy, right? Do you know what to do so you can do what you want to do? Like in your head, you want to do X, Y, and Z. You want to work with NFL players. You want to work with college athletes. Do you know what to do in order to get there? Yep, number 6. Number 6. Do you know people who do what you like to do? Huh? Do you? I know you may think you know some people, but do you really know some people? Like I was talking to somebody earlier, and they said that their goal for 2025 was to start their path to become a pastor. And I was like, great. Do you talk to any pastors? They was like, well, I kind of have a pastor I talk to. I'm like, listen, bro, if you're going to become a pastor, you need to start talking to some pastors. Huh? If you're going to become an entrepreneur, you need to start talking to some entrepreneurs. Yeah, some of my friends, and they ain't got kids, and they talking about 2025, they want kids. So you better talk to some people that got kids. Yeah, do you know somebody that's in that field that you are doing what you would want to do? Number 7, should you do what you like to do with them? Yeah, yeah, I know. There's a saying that there's too many Indians, and I mean too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Too many bosses and not enough workers. Guys, can I submit to you that everybody wasn't made to be the head? Like some of us were made for support roles, and in your support role, you can thrive. But what happens is, too many times we want to be the person in the picture. Too many times we want to be the person in the front. And I thought the goal was to win. I thought the goal was to be successful. And so, can you do it with somebody, or do you need to do it on your own? Number 8, will you pay the price? I'll say it again. Will you pay the price? Yeah, come on, sacrifice. We're talking about going deep now. Will you pay the price to do what you want to do? Guys, the craziest thing is some of us have an idea of what we want to do. We just won't sacrifice to do it. Yeah, that's the craziest thing to me. I've seen people that's like, yo, I'm going to start a podcast. They went and bought everything for the podcast and never started the podcast. I'm going to rap. They went and bought a microphone and a mixer. They never. I'm like, why not? There's just not enough time. I'm like, you're not going to sacrifice. You just did all this stuff. Like, I want you guys to really think about this. Are you guys willing to pay the price to get to where you say you want to get to? Number nine. When can you start doing what you like to do? Yeah, I know for some of us, we've been putting this thing off since the start of 2024. When can you start? Like realistically, when can you start? Somebody's like today, well, and you still ain't gonna start today. When can you start? How? Because what's gonna happen is, oh yeah, 2025 is mine, and then it's gonna start in the middle of the week, and on a Wednesday it's gonna be like, oh, let me start on Monday. When can you start? And then the last one, number 10. What will it be like when you get to do what you like to do? What would it be like? Because I love it. It's important to think about number 10 because believe it or not, the thought you might have an idea of what it should look like or what it should be like. It's not going to look like that. I can promise you, it's not going to look like that. It may be some version like that, but it's rare that the exact vision that we have in our head is what happens. That doesn't mean it's not important to still have an idea or a picture of what we're trying to do. And so, guys, when we look at these different things, remember, I'm going to break down and add some more meat to each 10 of those things because when we enter 2025, one of the most important things is for us to enter walking in our passion, right? Enter walking in our purpose. Because when we walk in our purpose, when we find what we're passionate about, what actually happens is it allows us to align more closely with God. Yeah, He tasked everybody for something. And when we do what He tasked us for, what happens is He begins to bless us because in His head, we're doing what He put us here for. We're not wasting our time. We're not lollygagging and being lazy. Because we're using our time effectively, He's like, man, I put you on here to cultivate the earth. You're cultivating the earth. Let me bless you. And so it's important, guys, as we enter 2025, do me a favor, just type the 2 P's. Just type purpose and passion. Yep, purpose and passion, purpose and passion, purpose and passion. It's extremely important, guys, because believe it or not, if you're not walking in your purpose, if you're not passionate about what you do, it's easier to burn out. Like everybody got dreams and goals and stuff we're trying to do, but if it's not aligning with who you're supposed to be, it's easy to burn out. And so, yes, I'm going to add this stuff to the Patreon. Yes, I'm going to email this out. But the biggest thing I want us to take away, I want us to be able to apply this directly to our life. Yep. So as we apply this directly to our life, I have some simple questions that I'm going to close this out with, and then we'll close out with prayer. But number one, the question is, what would you like to do? Like when you think about your life, what is it that you would like to do? Do you even know? Like some of us have been teaching for decades, and it's like I ain't gonna lie to you, I hate kids. Yeah, I heard one teacher say that. I couldn't wait to retire. I was like, man, 50 years of hating kids, 30 years of going to a job you hate. What would you like to do? But the second thing I want you to think about: what talents and skills and opportunities do you possess? Yeah, what talent, skills, and opportunities do you possess that support your desire? Yeah, what do you want to do? And then what do you already possess that can help you do it? Yep, number three, what are your motives for wanting to do it? I told you guys, I see people all the time. They're like, man, I want to come speak with you. I'm like, you don't want to speak and impact people. You actually just want to get on front of the stage and have people clap for you. Like, you don't actually want to impact people. You just want what comes with it. Like, what motives do you have behind why you do what you do? Some of us say, yeah, I want to be a millionaire so I can bless the whole community. And then you'll become a millionaire and you'll take off and nobody ever see you again. What's your motives? Yep. Number four, what steps must you take, like beginning today, to start doing what you want to do? What must you start doing today? Yeah, awareness. Remember, awareness, action, accountability. What steps must we take? Number five, whose advice can you get to help you along the way? Yeah, I'm just one coach. Believe it or not, there's other people that are really willing and ready to support you. Yeah, some of us work out with a fitness trainer. That's a coach. That's somebody that's supporting us. Yep. And then what prices are you willing to pay? Guys, we've talked about sacrifice a lot. I can beat you in your head with it. Once we hit January, guys, next week I'm going to announce we're going to do a fast. So start thinking to yourself, what kind of fast can you do? Everybody might not be able to fast from food, but we can do some type of fast, right? No liquor, no drugs, only water. Fast from social media. We can do some type of fast. But I'm going to need everybody to do a 21-day fast as we enter this year. Because what our goal is to get closer to God so we can get closer to the blessings. So, guys, when we think about, I'm going to put a bow on this. When we think about the law of awareness, the ability to self-assess, what I really want you guys to start thinking about is the gap. The gap between where you're currently at and where you see yourself in 2025. Because if we focus on the gap, we can start taking actionable steps to shrink the gap, to close the gap, to decrease the gap, realizing every time that gap gets smaller, we're getting closer to what we're actually shooting and striving for. And so I love it, guys, because think to yourself as I close this thing out with a quick prayer, what can I do today? Yeah, I don't need to wait. If my goal is to increase my faith, like what can I do today? Yeah, you got to become aware. You can't lie to yourself and say, oh, I'm good where I'm at. Your goal is to always get better. And so, Father God,